my question is, well, let me give you 10 seconds of a backstory. I teach Sunday school at my church here in Virginia, and we taught on the Trinity this past semester. And one question that came up was, isn't the Trinity a contradiction because of the transitive property of equality in mathematics? So A equals B, B equals C, therefore A equals C. And if we're saying that Jesus is God, the Son is God, the Father is God, and the Spirit is God, therefore we're somehow making a contradiction based on a transitive property law in mathematics.
Yeah, except
your opinion on that.
Except that law in mathematics wouldn't be dealing with the categories of being and person, because when we say A, B, and C, we're talking about three distinct persons. That's one category, who are fully participating in and sharing a completely different category, which is the being of God. So I suppose you might, well, even in the category of person, we're not saying A is equal to B, which is equal to C. A, B, and C have properties that distinguish them from each other, so we're not using an equal sign. The only time we use an equal sign is that each one participates fully in a different category. So the transitive property wouldn't have anything to do with that because it's not speaking of multiple categories.
Okay, and that's what I thought. My friend who teaches with me, we kind of put our heads together, and that's pretty much what we came up with.
Yeah,
but
the being and person distinction has to be understood and maintained, and that's where a lot of people get confused. There's no question about it.
Yeah, and funny enough, I remembered you during the class because the guy who was really pushing this was saying that modalism is the only answer to this contradiction.
And he's in your church?
Kind of shocked. Yeah, he's been a Christian longer than I've been alive, I think.
But he's a modalist.
And so he's a modalist. And I was really shocked. Like, I heard you say that, Christians are just walking around modalists and they don't know they're modalists. But this guy actually said it in class that modalism is the only answer to this.
I would make sure the elders were aware of that situation.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, I think the elders, because if someone is openly utilizing that language within the fellowship, the elders need to be aware of that. Yeah, that's my suggestion. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Stephen.